Blower fan for the cabin heating. If you are looking to pull one from a used car, here's what to do. Just lift this cover off. Just spray off. There has a couple of clips. Usually I use a long pry bar just to lift it, and then flip this flap here and look at the center of the core. That pin should not have much rust on it, if at all. That means it was replaced recently. And may also try to spin it, see how it goes. If it moves nice and easy by hand, it may mean that's a recent unit. You don't want to get the old one, because old one will start making noise, and also the regulator may fail on them. Now inside the cabin we may want to remove this trim. Just insert a coin and twist it 90 degrees. Just pull it from there, not like I did, because that's a scrapyard. And then you want to get a Torx socket to remove this this small trim of the feet. There's the connector behind. We also will have to remove the glove box entirely. Normally there's a clip here, and I would suggest just to try to go very gently. You see it's already broken. Just pull on it a little bit. Don't rush. Just go slowly. The glove box, so there's a tab in there, right there. When you work on those two side tabs, either when you remove the box or you put it back, just actually pass your hand and then just lift the box a little bit, just like on this side. So pass the hand, grab the small tab. You just don't get your whole hand, just your fingers. You see, I'm not going to put my hand in there, it doesn't fit, just my fingers. And then just lift the glove box with the other hand a little bit, lift it like that. Pull on the tab on the glove box side, right? Pull on it, pull towards you a little bit, bend it a little bit, and it's going to fall like that. So basically I'm just sliding my hand like that. See, the tab is there. I'm just grabbing it like that with my finger, and I just pull a little bit while I lift the box. Same goes for the other side. So I just grab it like this, I will lift the box, and then it's gonna pass over the stuff. It's easier like this. Same when you put it back. So that's how it looks with the tabs released. Again, do them by hand. Now the glove box is going to drop like this. Now you get to the damper part, and this damper actually seems to be in good condition. Well, what happens is that they break all the time, and try to remove them from there. It's a plastic part, but it sits on a metal bump, has four small tabs around to secure it in there. So the way you should remove it, if you don't want to break it, place your hand on over the top of it. Sorry, hiding the light. Place your hand over the top of it, and you want to pull it really straight like this. Don't twist it sideways, and also don't pull it downwards or upwards. Really pull it in the direction of that securing pin of it. So don't force on it, try to go very gently. So I pull it and I managed to damage the small locking tabs. There's 4 of them. Now 2 are broken, so it won't stay in place right now. Difference is that the glove was just drop a little bit sharp when you open it. But if you manage to remove it entirely without breaking it, just put some grease over the small pin in there, the metal pin, and when you put everything back together, when you finish the job and you put all the parts back together, just pull on it just like that, and it's going to lock in the extended position, and that's how you are going to attach it back in place. Again, the rod is going to be longer, so that's, otherwise you won't be able to attach it back in place. 2 connectors in there. The connectors are Volvo, so it's not exactly easy to undo. Take your time. Usually I will just grab a screwdriver to press on the tabs That's one of them, and I think the second one you'll see it when you remove that thing. So now I'm having to remove 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 Torx bolts. Now that the glove box is wrapping, you have another connector right there. It's a green one, so the tab is on the top. Press it and remove it. That was the glove box. For the small screws, careful, they are easy to lose. The way I like to work on the blower is I like to pull everything that's carpet, not like I did, but it's not secured in the side. This one is really rotten from water leaking in underneath, so just pull it like that all the way, make some place. It's a good time to check for water leaking, although it's oh, nice find. This is the drain for the sunroof. It's just the right side one, but it's good to just check it out how it looks. Oh, sorry, it's not even the sunroof one. I just mistake. It's the drain from the blower. So I notice that's a cover there. Let's just unplug this thing here. I'm not sure if all the parts are still in here, because I think it was just recently replaced, and sometimes people don't put everything back in place. Okay, just a connector there. That's a hose to drain the water that would accumulate in there. We are getting to the blower, and the way I want to work on this is I will just get a knife and just cut through this. This is a sound damping material. I will just cut a square like this, not fully, and I will just flip it away, so I will have much better access to the back screws. And also when I pull the blower from there, it's going to slide much easier without this material underneath. And the material, don't worry about it, you just put it back in place when you finish. It's just for the sound thing. At this point, so there's a bigger hole here, the blower will pass much easier. Just you may put it back when you finished. Don't care about this. The underneath was, I don't know, it doesn't look like this normally. The bolts, I think there are 5 of them. There's one there, another one, the front ones. There's this one also. Hopefully the light is enough. And then there's, I think there was another one somewhere here in front, so don't mind about that one. And I think the toughest one to get is that one on the right side. And I noticed the tab was already broken and the bolt is missing, so careful. You have to, by all means, place back, sorry, I said bolt, but those are screws. You have to put them back, all of them. Don't skip one, and don't break this tab here at any place, otherwise it's going not to seal properly. And trust me, there's a lot of water going into the blower when it's raining. You will have water leaking underneath the carpet, so careful with every single screw and the tabs. Don't force of them, and put them all back in place. You see that one is missing. I guarantee you this one was having water leaking from the blower. So the way I want to reach those screws, people had troubles with them because a screwdriver won't fit in there. I will use a socket. It's a T25 socket, a ratchet, normal 3/8. So this way, definitely easy to reach there. You notice how easy it is to reach there, every one of them. It takes maybe a little longer, but there should be no problem removing and putting back those screws. So I'm going to do that now, not filming it. And by the way, I think the cover, which I did remove, has just a tab that goes over this plastic here. So you just, when you remove that cover, just carefully, it's sitting here somewhere, so just careful with it. Up the screws with the ratchet to just turn the socket by hand. Usually it's going to be easy. Again, when you put the screws back in place, secure them properly. Make sure the bottom of the blower is really sealed properly here, secured like that, so no water will flow over. Small warning: when you remove the screws, don't lose them. Careful, really catch them properly. These are specific and you need all 5 of them to put back in place. Screws are out, so because I did remove that dumping material, the blower should be coming out pretty easily. Don't forget to disconnect the plugs. There's just one plug to disconnect, this one. The other one doesn't matter, it goes to the motor. So it comes along like this. Again, you want to check it for turns nicely. And usually if you see this pin, it's rusted, means it's old one, and it's better not to take it from there. Again, you see the screws, there's one in there. And then on a note, if you need to replace the regulator, which is this one, just flip it over, remove two Torx screws at the bottom, undo this connector, then the thing should slide out. I'll just do it without the camera. Don't pull on the blades because it may damage inside the motor. Maybe just pry with a screwdriver like this. It's a little bit just a thing about pushing it down. It should come out like this. That's the motor part. And then for the regulator, you just have 2 Torx, one there and one there, and it's coming out from there. And it has 2 plugs like this behind. That's the regulator part.